Ladies and gentlemen, Cygames has done it again, and let me tell you, when they cook, they cook. Nobody was expecting this drop, just like we weren't expecting the half anniversary changes. They gave us a part 2. Now, if you want to read through all of this, you can pause it at any time. I'll put this in the description down below. However, I'm just going to go through these and show you the ones that I want to show you, and then we going to go from there. So first things first, we've got the change outfit on the right hand side, kind of next to my head. If you take a look here, this character can now run either one of these outfits, but let's say for instance I have both of the Grass Wonders. I can make my normal Grass Wonder wear the Fantasy, and then the Fantasy would wear the normal if I so choose. Now you could use that to kind of turn around and bait the opponent or kind of play a little trick here and there if you want to, but this is now available for us. The other cool thing is that if we go to Archive, we can see the lobby conversations in this conversation gallery. So now we can kind of farm those, if you will. The next thing we can go to is a photo album on this right hand side. We can take pictures, whether they be from the concerts, whether they're from races, whether they're from during the story. There's this photo camera button in the top right hand, and then you'll be able to snap a picture, and when you do, it'll save it in this area, and you can use it if you want for your profile trainer card in that top right hand corner. We'll go to the top right hand corner once again, and now you can edit your card however you'd like. You can use characters, whether they be the Umas, you can use their support cards, and then if you want to get very clever or very unique or however you want to do it, let's just say that there's someone or something that you want to focus on. We'll use this one for instance, and we're just going to drag all of this all the way, and we can edit this how we want, and then we can make it to where, oh yeah, hey, now I can see just this Teo. Then you can see it, bam, now it changes it. You can also put in your titles. You can show your star Umamusume, and your support cards have a little comment there, show your trainer ID. Share this with your friends, family, you know how we do around here. And then you can also, on the back, you can show your sparks, so that way you can either, whether it be show them off, or if you just are like, hey, if you need this one, I got this for you, bang. And so that is what we can use that for as well. The next thing that I do want to make mentions of, to me, is going to be really, really nice. Now, they haven't given us the Omega Juicy one, but this is still a juicy one nonetheless. When we go into team trials, we're going to go in here, and we're just going to click an opponent. Now, typically, you know how it used to be, we could have to sit there, and we had the on every single one, hurry up and make it go through quicker. But now it's like Al Hadu. We can turn around our Unity Cup. We can turn around and either watch every single race like we used to, we can click every single result like we used to, or if you're like me, you're not really too worried about it, click on this, quick mode, you click it right here, and then bang, watch this. Bam, we done. And then it shows me I even got a present off of this race in particular. So this, oh my days, it's not the Omega Juicy one tap and everything is finished, but, ooh, I'll take that. But this is so much better than what it used to be, and I am totally for it. Now, I do believe there's something similar in the daily event races here. I don't have any tickets, so I can't show you, but it is something similar in there, so please do take note of that. Also, here we do have a new tab. It is the Practice tab. So what we can do, this is going to be super nice, whether you want to get into a bunch of practice races, set up rooms, maybe join my stream for Community Cup or Debut Derby, you can now turn around and do so many different things here. So we have my runners. So I could say, oh hey, if I want this to be a sprint team that I want to test out. Or let's just say this is like, hey, this is my CM team. So you'll set in your characters here, and then we're going to go and I'll show you how this would be. We're going to go to select a track. Let's just say we're on the Satsuki show. And then let's just say you're, joining a stream, whatever. They got it set up like this. And then we go in here. And now what we can do is, instead of clicking, okay, I got to click this, I got to find this, I got to super fast. We click on this button called My Runners. and then we just say load list, bang, and then we hit race, and we off to the races. Here's that photo mode in that top right hand corner that I was showing you about. So I could just bang, take a picture. We got all these different types of filters as well. Now I also have the ability to have practice partners. So let's say, for instance, you have somebody in your guild that's super juicy. Maybe you got some friends that have some super juiced Umas, and you just want to continually practice against them, right? You can save their Umas that you fought against to continually practice against them, and so you don't have to set up room after room and they have to keep on joining your room. If you just follow them or like add them as a practice partner, you can do so. I'll show you that for the guild option, because that's where we're going to go next. We're going to go to club, and then we're going to click on this button right here, and you can see people are already putting in their practice partners. So let's just say I signed up, and then if I'm like, yo, this dude is omega juicy, I want to practice against them at all times, I can click save as a practice partner, and then bang. Now whenever I go into that mode, I can literally just pick and choose who I'm playing against to constantly push the limits of my Umas that I'm making, to say, okay, if I can beat this guy, then I know I'm doing good. And we can go from there. The other thing that I do want to make mentions of is, while we're in the clan, club, guild, whatever you want to call it, there's this button right here. This button, if you see, you know, you could donate, but now we have that donate all button. We just go here, bang. I don't even got to click the plus button. I don't have to worry about, oh, I accidentally did one, whatever, bang, we done, and then we out of there. You can also share Umas in here as your practice partner. You can throw them in here with this button down here on the bottom left. So that's how they were putting their Umas in there. I could do something like this, and then bang. And then, you know, I could do that, and now they can see my practice Uma. The next place that I want to take us to is going to be in the shop. Now, there's going to be a couple things kind of related. Is that, one, we have the limit breaker crystals available to us now. The big thing with this is this allows us to take the SSR or the SR support cards, and we can bump up their limit break once we get these crystals. So let's say I had a 2LB fine motion. I could turn around, and instead of having the card, I could use those little limit breaker crystals, and then bada bing bada boom, I'd be done. Now I'd be at 3LB, and we can move on with our day. The next thing that I want to take a look at is going to be this button right here. It is raise hint level. Now, let's say, for instance, Silent Suzuka is your ultimate favorite character, and you're just like, man, I love bringing her everywhere that I possibly can, but these skills are just a little too expensive. Let me tell you, I got something for you. We have these book of hints and textbooks of hints. Now, I will say, I have no idea why there are 4. There are 2 options in my head that I could think of, that either the book of hint, the textbook of hints would probably apply to the white skills. So we turn around and say, okay, maybe it goes, the book of hints is from levels 1 to 4, and then the textbook has to be level 5. Or it would be like the rare book of hints would be for the gold skills 1 through 4, and then the rare textbook of hints is level 5. It could be that. I'm not 100% sure. It could also be a world where the book of hints is just 1 level on the whites, and then the textbook of hints may be like 2 levels or something like that. And then there's also a world where, you know, it could just be like, oh, this one is for the normal speed skills and such, this one's for debuffs, for greens, and then stamina skills. It could be like that. I've got no clue. But these basically allow you to say, hey, I want to permanently make this a discounted skill. So when I go into the game and I buy that skill, it is at a permanent discount. So whether that be a 10% or a max hint discount, I think it's like 35% or whatever it is, but max hinted discount is what we're getting at. You could do that for these characters. This is going to be omega juicy, so we can buy more skills. The next thing that I do want to take us to is going to be our veteran Umamusumes, because there's been so much quality of life here. First things first, you can see I have added text to some Umas at the top. I can also filter by memo or by favorite icons. Now you say, well, what do you mean icons, plural? One of the great things with this is that if we go to batch favorite at the top, we can click any of these icons, and we can apply it to multiple Umas. And then you can see they have this one. So if I say, hey, this piece of cake with the strawberry on top is going to be for my CM5 Umas. Okay, bang. Now I have that available to me. And if I wanted to, I could sort them by their icons. And I could even take it further and go over to the filter tab. And now we can filter it out by so many more things. But let's just say I wanted to do that cake icon. Bang! And now I can see those in particular. If I want to get rid of it, I'd click none. And then I can do like this. And now they are no longer there. The next thing that I'll show is on that memo. You can do this for any character. We click at the character, and then we got this little pencil icon. We can say, this is my CM5 character. And then I'm going to do that. And now we can see CM5 is right here. So now we can kind of take a look and say, okay, these are the characters I had for this one. I had it for this thing, for that thing, this and a third, all those good things. This has been very nice. Now I will say, it will take us a while to kind of filter through these things and match them up how we want to match them up for your specific preference, for your specific style. But once you get that into a groove and into a rhythm, you ain't gonna have to worry about it no more in the future. Now, I know we are still going, but we have so many things to look at. We can go here. Let's just say we'll start up a run. So we have this available to us. This is gonna be fine. But let's say, for instance, I wanted to go through here, and let's say I had the affinity bonus. I can now see who gives me, whether it be a single circle, whether it be a triangle, whether it be, I don't think I'll have any double circles here. That would not surprise me if I did have any double circles. But we can see at least the affinities here below. So that way, if you're like, oh, I only want to go with double circle affinities, you can do that. I do believe that they changed the affinity system to where only G1s matter. So if you have somebody who's no longer a double circle, or if you have somebody that is now a double circle, that would be the reason why. So let's say I go ahead, I get into this. You know, there's some other changes there, and I'm sure that I've missed them, but let's just go ahead, hop into a run. I do want to show y'all this because to me, this is one of the biggest game changers that we got going on. Now, we have gotten to the probably best thing that I think has joined in the game as far as quality of life, is I don't need to use Game Tour to check out these effects. I can do it purely from the game. Now, if I want to look at skills and do everything else Game Tour allows me to do so, then yes, I will definitely be using Game Tour for that. But if I'm only worried about these options, I don't know which one is which. I can click this effects button right here, and now it tells me. You can see if I click on bounce back even better than before, I have a chance of either getting a level 3 hint for straightaway adept, or a level 1 hint for straightaway adept, or if I take the top one, which is guess you'd better get well soon, then I can get energy and mood. And so now I can say, oh, okay, cool, I don't even need to worry about this. I'll grab this, and then I can continue going on. That right there is such an omega crazy juiced quality of life that they just kind of were like, yeah, we just gonna give this to y'all, y'all gonna be happy with it, and we gonna move on with our day. There's one more that I want to show y'all, but I need to get to it, so give me 1 second. We gonna skip right to it. But this is the thing that I want to show y'all. If you look behind me, wait, oh, right here, this button right here, I think it unlocks after you get 1 race win, so I had to do my debut, and this is the agenda. This is the calendar, the race day, whatever. If you forget when certain races are, let's say, for instance, oh man, the Hopeless Stakes, guess what? I can slot that in, and then bang, you can see it right there. Then let's say, for instance, Taiki Shuttle, you can see where her goals are as well. And so on her normal goal or her career, one of the things you see, I can't change it, right? So it's like, oh, hey, you got something to do there. You're not allowed to do anything else. Okay, cool. But for Taiki Shuttle, I forget that she needs an extra race or 2 in order to get her fans up in time. So one race that I like to do is this Champions Cup. So now, depending on the turn, I can schedule this for back to back. And if I don't like that one, I can go to senior year. Yeah, we going all the way, baby. I can go to senior year, and let's just say, for instance, maybe I want a dirt one right here. Or maybe I want, you know, this mile one right here. Now I can schedule all my races in advance. We'll never have to worry about it again. We'll never have to forget about it again. And now let's say you go through all of this and you fill everything out to the brim. Like, this is exactly what I want to run. This is exactly the races that I like to do. Now we can click on my agenda right here. And we can go save here. And now whenever I run Taiki Shuttle, I can turn around, load the list. Oh, well, hold on. Let's do this. Let's turn this off. Okay, so we got that January right there. And now I can say load list. Bang! And then it popped it right back up yonder. So you could do that for a certain amount of characters. It looks like we have 8 agendas. So, I mean, that quality of life right there alone is just so nice. And they weren't even telling us about it. They were just like, yeah, we gonna do this. Y'all ain't gonna worry about it. We gonna do it on the schlick. Okay, bro. Cygames, I see you. Reminding me why I appreciate y'all a lot. And so at the end of the day, I'm sure that there are plenty of things that I missed. I went over the ones that were critical for me that I really like, but there are so many more. Now, there's one more thing, is that when you're in a race, the duel mode and the position keep, or whatever it's called, spot keep, I don't remember. These are available whenever you look at your character, wherever you would see the rushed or the late start. You would see it just like this. That Taiki Shuttle is dueling right here. And then for this one, I have the spot struggle. You can see this big old circle with that arrow. You see that spot struggle right around there. You can see those things as they're happening. So that way you could be like, oh, this is going on right now. I need to pay attention to it. Because that may be the reason why you're potentially losing some of your races now when they used to be so much more free back before this change. So that is all I have for y'all. Let me know down below in the comment sections, do you like the changes? Are you as caught off guard by these changes as I am? And which change is your favorite? Let me know down in the comment sections below. And if you do like the Umamusume content or Chaos Zero Nightmare or any other games that I may be interested in the future, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button as well so you can see more content from me. Please also join the Discord down below. That is in the description as well. Here is a massive shout out to my current channel members. Thank y'all so much for the continued support. It means the world to me. And if you'd like to become a channel member, you can do so by clicking the join button down below today. And last but not least, please be sure to share this video with your friends, your family, and with your friends' family, so that way we can see all these crazy, awesome quality of life changes, and we can go ahead and just continue having fun playing Umamusume. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!